just in time. You want me to do this for you, and then you can jump in? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Self-confidence for me, Napoleon Hill. Perfect. I know that ability, but I'm a different person alive. Therefore, I present myself possessing this action towards standing, and I hereby promise to render such action. Second, I realize that I may not my mind will execute this unreasonable action, and gradually transform the physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily, align myself to the person I intend to become. Thereby, creating my mind to build up a picture of that person. Third, I know that there is another body of attention, and it is rather than persisting hold on my mind, will eventually seek me to myself directly to not perfect. Therefore, I will commit daily to enhance myself self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down things from my head to keep it in mind, and I will never stop trying until I shall know the system of office for attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no other decision will walk in order, and thus build upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which shall have benefit or harm effect. I will cease to attract myself the force I wish to use, and the cooperation of other people. I will do what doesn't serve me, because I will serve others. I will engage in jealousy, self-criticism. I will be love for all humanity, because I know that negative attitude towards others can never bring success. I will love others to believe in me, because I believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it out once a day, with full faith that gradually influence my thoughts and actions, so I become a self-reliant, successful person. Hurrah! All right, 12-step summit to the summit of success. This is the 12-step formula of infiltrated quick, which follows the actions of honest environment, guarantees 24-month transaction annually, and unprecedented personal growth achievement. 1. I dedicate 1 hour daily to ability to protect my self-confidence. 2. I practice internalizing myself to within 1 hour a day. 3. I contact my sphere of influence by mail, by phone, and in person, and by email forwarding. 4. I make 100 different plus contacts per week, 30 plus per day, by phone and in person. 5. I follow my qualified daily. 6. I set 5 listening points with buyers and sellers. 7. I completely qualify others on my own. 8. I have appointed 10 associated with set greater. 9. I call myself weekly to promote community flight my intent. 10. I sell 75% more of my fish inventory. 11. I return economic offers and interactions with inspiring. 12. I work with highly qualified buyers and pre-qualified report center as a side buyer of agreement. A report condition less than energy spent. I recognize that some specific outcomes. Therefore, I make the following sections of success. Anthony Robbins, down in the woods. I will lead, not follow. I will lead, not follow. I will believe, not doubt. I will lead, not doubt. I will create, not destroy. I will create, not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a force for good. I am a leader. I am a leader. Defy the odds. Defy the odds. Set a new standard. Set a new standard. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Opening affirmations. I am a professional salesperson. I use information to help my clients get their goals. I price my business right. I focus on small things every day. Real estate transactions are running my market. My ability to make me succeed. I get along with every step. I'm a master of every situation. My confidence is unshakable because I live in integrity. I always have direct thoughts. I take extra care of my body. I strive to stay with my energy. I am task-oriented. I stay clear of my daily. I plan on what's ahead. I attract good recognition in my hands on each day. My gratitude gives me a limited life success. I achieve prosperous health. I am prosperous. I have my money rising up every day. Taking action is easy for me. I use the start of the day. I enjoy every week. I have daily. I am well with my clients succeed. I am not the witness. I am a real estate expert. My strong testing to be a real estate expert. I'm professional. I'm financially independent. I recognize succeeding helping others. I have solutions. Prospecting in my business. I call my clients to help others. There you go. Down low, let it go. Boom. Ouch.
It's funny. I gotta do the presenting part. Doing that part. Which way she is going?
happy Monday.
Right?
Yeah, usually I'm here on Fridays to talk. Today it's Monday. Now I can give you a challenge for the week and then check up on you on Friday. We know how that went last time I tried. Gratitudes, victories.
I survived the weekend. I'm happy for that. I have a niece living with me. And in the Hispanic culture, there is the 15th birthday is a big one. Quinceañera. Oh my. And I had probably 15 girls all weekend, and it was mind-numbing.
So you're grateful to be back here.
I am grateful for Monday.
It's supposed to leave town.
Right? I did stay a spell in my trailer. Trust me.
I actually could relate. We had a bunch of kids over, and my husband and I had to leave at some point. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
But my daughter thanked me like 5 times this weekend. That was awesome. I go,
Yeah.
oh.
Were you having a birthday party
No.
too? Was she having a birthday party? No? She just had lots of friends over? That's fun. That's great. Anybody else? Any real estate happen over the weekend? John?
So, Friday I came title to my flip, and on Saturday I got an offer on one of my missions.
Wow, nice.
Nice.
Nice
That's a
work.
productive weekend.
Yes, it is.
I like that. Anybody else do real estate this weekend?
Got it under contract over
Yeah?
the weekend, yeah.
Listing or buyer side?
SOI listing.
Nice.
Yeah. House that Evan had sold to my buyer 7 years ago. Brookside.
Brookside?
You sold it to his
he was-
client?
You were the
Agent
listing,
back then.
he was the
Oh,
buyer's
nice.
agent.
Oh.
All right. So you should have adopted his client.
You know, I'd like to add to that too with what he did. He
Uh-huh.
actually got the seller to actually fix up the front, trim some trees, do some painting, and it was interesting.
I followed their direction.
Yeah, but you did it. So it's the reality of a property that shows well, sells well. It was like overnight after he fixed a couple, just tweaked a couple little things. So we got to really be paying close attention to moving forward in this market.
Yeah. That's great. Really?
I guess the power of role play, Mike Ferry and the whole deal. I met a gal through Mike Ferry that I role played with. She lives down in St. George. And we become good friends and associates. 2 years later, and we've done business. She refers me a gal that needs to sell 8 acres.
Wow.
And we're co-listing it, but it's under contract. And then this weekend, she also had to sell a home. So I listed her home, and it went under contract this weekend. So
Awesome.
there's good power in
Wow.
role playing. And
Sounds like a lot of under contracts went this weekend.
That's awesome.
That's great.
So it was all good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anybody else? As far as announcements for this week, who knows about the pumpkin patch?
Signed up.
Okay, John signed up. Who signed up for the pumpkin patch? Just John? John and Rick? So, how come we're not signing up? Do we not know about it? What is it? Somebody explain what it is.
Pass the roll around in here.
Okay. What is the pumpkin patch, John? Why did you sign up? Why should everyone else here sign up?
Because it's a way to thank your past clients and friends and family for supporting you. And in the process, it's not uncommon to get another deal.
Not uncommon to get another deal. So what this is, for those that haven't participated in it, is we do a pumpkin patch where over in Murray Park, we get everybody together. You can get up to 50. So for $150, you get 50 invitations to your SOI. And they each can get, all the kids can get pumpkins, come, there's games.
Face painters.
Face painters. I think last year we had over almost 3,000 people show up for this event. If we're not working our SOI, we're really missing the boat. I mean, you got a deal from your SOI?
Yeah, pumpkin patch is good.
Jason, also, you know, especially you guys who are brand new, this is a great way to introduce yourself into your SOI and your clientele that you have in your building, that they see you're actively in. are getting into real estate and the power of what we do. And you get face-to-face meet and greet with them.
Yeah, you have face-to-face. You don't have to put all the money forward. I mean, there's a lot of money that goes into this event.
About $30,000.
I don't know but it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So 2 years ago, I sent invites to my in-laws, but then I didn't call them and tell them what it was. So none of them showed up. Last year, I called the people I sent invites to. I had a lot more people show up, and everyone that did show up said, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Let me know about it next year."
Yeah, it really comes down to making these calls. So if we have some hesitation with calling our sphere of influence, like saying, "Hey, I just want to check in with you," if that is a hesitation, this is a great opportunity for you to call them and just invite them to an event. Chris?
It's also, people can assume they're all of your clients that are there. If you're worried about having a small SOI and like 9 people showing up to your first event, like this is something that will really impress people.
Yeah.
So not a lot of brokerages do this at this scale, so definitely take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I would even venture to say that even if you invite all of the 50 people in your group, you invite them and none of them show up, they still got the invite and they still feel appreciated from you. So it's not a waste of money. Really consider it. I think we need to get 60 from our office to make it work. So we're a little ways away right now.
Bringing sign-ups here and base camp.
Yeah, so sign up right now is at the front desk. So don't be lazy. Walk over there. But yes, I'll bring it in next time. Yeah.
It's October 15th for all
Yeah.
of us.
Okay. The other thing we've been talking about is listing competition. And I've looked at the tracking sheet and I only see a couple people that are participating. Okay, so how come we're not participating? Is it not worth it? Free stay?
They're not sending it out to people to get them on.
Okay.
Check it out.
Okay, and I can respect that when we've talked about it for like 3 weeks, and I have yet to have somebody reach out to me. Brenda Lee's reached out to me, and I sent it to her. So it's being sent out. So if you're interested in playing, you can reach out to me. You can email me. I'll send it to you. We'll try to get it out again. We can't control everybody's email that they don't get it. I mean, we get lots of people who say don't get their email. But if you want to play, then come play. Okay. So for this week, on Friday, I'm going to do my listing presentation here at 1 o'clock if anyone wants to see that. And that's going to be our class this week. I don't think there's anything else going on this week, is there? You don't have anything else, Chris?
Just base camp.
Do you know who's doing base camp?
Doing base camp. I think if George is here, he will be.
Okay.
So when George is in town, we like him to do it. So I need to check on that or check with Russ and find out who's on schedule for that. But that's where we will review the results of the listing contest and give away a $25 gift certificate for whatever we have left. I think I got Amazon and a couple of different places to eat. So
yeah. So come to that. So let me ask you a question. When I write the word vitals, what do you think of? What is vitals?
Blood pressure.
Okay, blood pressure. Survival. What else? Heart. I like that. Prospecting. Okay, something that's important, maybe, right? So a lot of you probably know, one of the things I like to do on my spare time is I am a volunteer with the Salt Lake County Search and Rescue Team. And I've been doing that for about 8 years. And on that team, occasionally we'll come across events where somebody is in a life-threatening situation. So when I look at vitals, in that situation, there is this little acronym. What does this stand for? Those of you that have been in first responder classes or medical classes, does anybody know what this Airway?
Breathing. Circulation.
Anybody know what D is? Distractions. Anybody know what E is?
Evacuation.
What did you say? Evacuation.
Emergency.
Environment. Okay? Whenever we come up on somebody, these are the 5 things that we're going to have to assess first. Why would we need to assess these first before anything else?
So you understand where you're at, what
Okay.
you got, what you're dealing with.
Okay, so I can understand what I've got. What else? Why else would I?
Those are the most critical, like if there's an issue, that's where you start with.
Yeah. So if there's a problem, so let's say that I come across somebody who is not breathing, and they got a couple cuts on their legs and arms, and I decide that I'm going to pull out my bandages and bandage a couple of cuts first. What's going to happen?
Doesn't matter, yeah.
What's that?
It's gonna die.
He's going to die. Why is he going to die?
You need to start with A.
Yeah, you need to start with the things that are most vital, right? Here's going to be, you've got our head. Okay, we got something right here that's super important.
Heart.
Something right here that's super important. And something that kind of goes up and down like this that's super important. If we eliminate any of those, we're not going to make it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? If I don't have oxygen, if I don't have an airway, I don't have a way of getting air from outside into my lungs, into my heart, to get some air up to my brain, we're going to have some problems. Obviously, we just talked about breathing. What's circulation?
Pulse.
Pulse? Okay. What is that related to, though? Okay, so it is sending blood through our body so that we can function, right? Okay. Mainly circulation from air to brain. Does that make sense? Am I losing anybody yet? Okay. I sure hope that if I pass out here, somebody at least starts with these. Okay.
Somebody else is going to do mouth to mouth. I'm out.
Okay. What about distractions? What's a distraction?
Cuts.
The cuts? Okay.
Bleeding?
Bleeding?
Would bleeding be a distraction? Just small bleeding or something
It
like that?
it can be a distraction. Okay.
Maybe if they're worried about somebody else with them.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Somebody else freaking
We
out.
got. Okay. And then what about environment? Why is this something that's important? Like, why would it relate to my vitals?
Well, if there's
you're
a
in the water,
bear
you can't.
So there was a recovery over the weekend up in the northwest, and this played a huge vital role in it because you said bear, but there was a mountain lion attack.
Wow.
That they came after a person. Don't you think this would be something that we'd want to make sure we didn't run into? Make sense? Okay, so why do you think I would talk about vitals today? Like, this isn't a medical class, thank goodness.
No business vitals.
There is business vitals, okay? So if there's business vitals, what do you think they could be? What are some business vitals?
Prospecting.
Prospecting? Okay.
Setting up a good structure.
Setting up a good structure.
Systems.
Okay.
Systems and schedule.
Making appointments.
Making appointments. Okay, system and schedule. I'm going to put system and schedule in another category because I don't necessarily do we need that to survive?
Oh, I think so. But yeah.
Okay.
Without
Some do.
schedule, you can't survive on this.
Okay.
You're all over the place.
So let me ask you this. If my business is going down the drain, I am not doing anything else, and I decide that I'm going to focus my attention, systems and strategies, is that going to save me?
No.
That's where I'm coming with the vitals. Does that make sense?
Well, if you have your schedule.
I'm not saying it's not important. I'm not saying it's not important. Make sure we're clear here. I'm not saying these things aren't important. Everything we do in real estate has a purpose. Okay? Practicing. Is that important?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay? Is it a vital? I want to start, we want to get these down to some vitals. Right here we're looking at airway, breathing, and blood, okay? So if we look at here, we got blood is important for us here, we got oxygen is important, and I got, our organs. These are things we have to focus on, right? Okay? So everything is important in real estate. We just want to make sure we're looking at what is going to help us survive.
So being in action, would that be
action, okay?
Well,
Part of it.
lead follow-up.
Lead follow-up, okay?
Yeah, because those other things like system and schedule will make you perhaps more efficient. But if you prospect every day and don't follow a schedule, you're going to survive. But if you have a great schedule and don't prospect, you'll die.
Yeah, that's why I look at this and I say, okay, if we're looking at airway and breathing and making sure our blood is moving through us, and we're focusing on splinting our ankle, which is important because we got to walk out, we still will die. Okay? Okay, so
I would say at minimum, know what you're going to say when you get to a house.
okay, so would it be fair to say presenting?
Presentation.
Does that make sense? Being able to present. This is with listings or with buyers or with anyone you're around. Being able to present. Okay? John?
So if our business is going to die, one of the things we should absolutely do is contact all our SOs.
Yeah. I'm going to put that in prospecting.
Okay.
Okay? Known prospecting.
I would say you have to set an appointment so you can present.
Yep. Appointments. Okay?
Would you think that exercise is part of that?
I think exercise is absolutely critical. I think that it has a place in bringing the energy and the level into all of this. So, to me, that would be something that's going to benefit us into doing these things. But if we're not doing these things, and the last one that I wanted to put up here is negotiating contracts. You're actually putting deals together. That makes sense? So even though we're looking at, we can make a list. We've got the 12 skills in the book of all the things that we need to do. We can list all of those. We can list all the things like exercising, eating the right foods, waking up on time, mindset. All of these help us function at a better level. Is it fair to say that some people's bodies function at a higher level than other people's bodies? Okay. Well, why do you think that is? What's that?
Because they're more disciplined.
They're more disciplined? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I like that. Why else would somebody's body function at a higher level? Consistency. They put the time in to making sure that their body does function at that level. Okay? I bring these up because there's a real big correlation to the amount of business that we're doing and the way that we're treating our bodies and the way that we're thinking about this. Okay? This relates to me because when I'm out on the mountain and I go up, in fact, I was out on the mountain last night going up to get somebody who was stuck on a cliff. These are the things I go through when I'm walking out there. I want to make sure that, one, I come back safe, and two, if we can get them back safe, that's what I want to do. If I focus on any of the other things, all my skills, okay, this guy that was stuck last night, he was up on probably 100 yards off the top of the Pfeiffer Horn. Does anyone know where the Pfeiffer Horn is? Okay, one of the big peaks up Little Cottonwood Canyon. I don't understand people sometimes. You're going to go up and see the sunrise, but you don't bring a light. I know it takes you 3.5 hours to get up there. You see the sunset, and you're not going to make it down before it's dark, just so you know. But when I come up, I'm thinking, okay, I want to make sure these things are happening. In this case, for this guy that was dangerous for him, he was breathing, he was talking to me, He had an airway. His blood was moving just fine. There was a ton of distractions and environment that was dangerous for him. Okay? 1, he didn't have light. 2, he was standing on a cliff. And 3, he was really freaking out. Okay? These are things that we have to focus on. So now when I look at real estate and I say, okay, well, what do I really want to focus on in the vitals? These are things that if I can focus on and make stronger in my business, I'm going to have a chance of strengthening my body. Otherwise, my business is going to die. Does that make sense, Chris?
Man, so this is great, by the way, but a lot of times we tell ourselves this story. There's a newer agent that I met with recently, and he has a lot of business coming through right now, but we assessed his business, where it was coming from, and we found that it was like just people who found out that he was getting into the business. It was a lot of stuff by chance that he came across, that he wasn't proactively generating through prospecting, presenting, and all of these major things that are so important. And then we realized that once this stuff closed, once this stuff funded, he had absolutely nothing coming in and nothing he could count on coming in through his own activities. So it's, not only important to look and make sure that those activities are being done, but whatever the story is that you're telling yourself, look at the numbers. Sure, you can feel good about a lot of stuff going you see or under contract, but you have to know where it's coming from, and you have to make sure that you're healthy in all those areas.
Yeah, I like that. Anyone else? What's your thoughts on this? Does it make sense? Does it resonate, or is it something that because I am linked to this more, it makes sense to me?
I think it's spot on.
Okay.
Making it help us
I think
prepare is
Chris's
great.
comment is really important because new agents getting into the business just think all their friends and family are going to use them.
Yeah, it's a nice wake-up call when someone super close to you decides they're not going to work with you, and it has nothing to do with what you're doing.
In fact, he was like, he even told me, and of course he was looking for justification, but he's like, I want to buy this car. Like he was, which happens to a lot of people. As soon as they see that success, they don't know where it's coming from, and it's not sustainable.
Yeah, George says all the time, are you getting better, or is the market just better? You know, right now is a great time to do this assessment of where your skills are, because the market has been really good. And it doesn't mean that you haven't been getting better, but when the market shifts, there's some things that we need to make sure that we are really good at doing to making sure that we're surviving. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want you to think about that. That's this challenge for this week, is I really want you to think about where your business is and think about how healthy your business is. Is your business driving you in the direction you want to go? Does that make sense? Okay, so I want you to really think about that this week, is how can I improve these things? When things aren't going the way that I want them to do, these are the things that I need to assess. This is what I need to look at. When I look at my ABCs, I'm going to assess the things that will get me moving faster than anything, right?
Sorry,
No, you're good.
I just want to say, like, I've met with a lot of agents when they're looking at coming over to our company, and one of the major things is not being able to get the help they need, not being able to be safe from the cliff, so to speak, of what their business is. So it's actually really, really cool that we have multiple people within this same office that are here to help you. If you just want to be able to assess where you're at, there are multiple people that are here to help you, and you don't have to, no matter what a broker says, like, come to my office, and then you find there's like 8 people in line to get to that broker. You have people ready and willing to help you out here. So take advantage of that.
Take advantage of it. All right, let's end with some affirmations. Make it a great week.
I succeed because I have my goals. I am not honest. I lie talking to people. I know what's important to me. I remember people's names. I have a daily plan I follow it. I'm passionate about real estate. I know consistency is my greatest tool. I like asking questions and listening. I enjoy reading to improve my sales skills. My thoughts lead my emotions back to goals. I focus on my views daily. My reputation is power and amazing. I improve my skills daily. I am happy. I love the prospect that leads my business. I see my future is awesome. I love my life. I am great. I control my thinking. I believe in me. I feel outstanding. I use my unique thoughts to succeed daily. I get stressed. I provide excellent customer service. I drink water daily. I connect with people. People love me. I love others. I exist on account of my daily schedule. I prospect daily. I set appointments daily. I'm a master persuader. I achieve my goals. I'm a real estate rock star. I'm passionate about my life. I live every day with purpose. I'm confident in myself too. I know my destiny. I am healthy and strong. I'm powerful. I'm unstoppable. I keep positive, shining, productive thoughts in my mind at all times. Yes! Morning. 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 Okay, there you go.